that's good.
Yeah. Super neat. Oh, which way are we going?
Let's go that way.
Okay. So we're in New Orleans. I meant to record some last night. Well, I did a little bit, but I didn't say anything because we went down Bourbon Street and it was really loud. So you wouldn't have been able to hear me, but we are going to the Ruby Slipper today. And yeah, it's pretty good. All right. Yeah. Ooh, bookshop. That's really cool, actually. The Mardi Gras tour thing.
It might be the place to go.
Oh, possibly.
There's that whole place.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. You know it is. Oh, bookshop. So we are not doing that. That's what we're not doing. So we're waiting on our table at the Ruby Slipper. It's like a nearly hour-and-a-half wait. So we're just kind of exploring until then. We went to a bookshop. I got, I don't know if you can see, you can't see it. 2 books. One is dramatic poetry, and it was quite dramatic. And the other one is about women in France. And the first page I opened it to was about a lesbian sexcapator and how she captured men. Pretty great stuff. And it was a really old bookshop, and it looks really cute. And now we're just kind of exploring. But yeah, last night we went to the Creole House. I had some New Orleans staples, and it was delicious. And we went down Bourbon Street for a little bit. And today's Halloween, so later tonight we're gonna go back down Bourbon Street in our costumes. I'm gonna be basic Daenerys, so that'll be fun. But yeah, right now we're just kind of exploring the block, trying not to get hit by cars. And it's really windy, but it finally feels like fall, so it's great. But yeah, we'll let you know how the Ruby Slipper is. Bye.
Some of this biscuit?
I most definitely do.
Okay, because that is a massive biscuit.
I am filming, but it'll be, ew.
Shoes, one pair at a time.
well, not just got done eating. We got done eating a while ago, but it was fantastic. That is my whole chin, you're seeing. I had Bananas Foster's French toast, and it was worth the hour-and-a-half wait completely. It was so good. I got some pictures of it. It was best French toast I think I've ever had. And right now we are just wandering around the city, and we're in, what park is this? Jackson Square?
Jackson Square.
Jackson Square. And there's like a really pretty cathedral over there. Yeah, and everyone's in costume, which is really fun. We're gonna go on a Ghost and Spirits tour tonight, which is gonna be neat. And by spirits, they mean alcohol, so, as they should. Okay. Ooh.
I bet tomorrow's gonna be good too.
Oh, tomorrow's gonna be neat. I think.
Bet there's gonna be some day to day stuff going.
That would be awesome.
Which is the haunted restaurant.
Ooh. Can I use their haunted bathroom?
It's one of those, I think it's kind of classy though, so it's like one of those that we would have to get a reservation if one person could.
Gross.
But they do lunch.
Yeah, maybe Saturday or something?
Maybe, well, we're going to put maybe Po' Boys on.
Oh yeah, you're right,
That's
you're right.
That's a drive though, I don't know how I do.
Yeah. I'm fine with just finding a Po' Boys somewhere around here.
It's a wedding.
Oh, it's a Day of the Dead themed wedding going on here in the park. Kind of feel like we're crashing it a bit. Yeah, it is. I mean, if you're gonna do a Halloween wedding, do it here in New Orleans. Shit. It's the bride. Okay. Ooh.
I bet tomorrow's gonna be good too.
Oh, tomorrow's gonna be neat. I think.
Bet there's gonna be some day to day stuff going.
That would be awesome.
Which is the haunted restaurant.
Ooh. Can I use their haunted bathroom?
It's one of those, I think it's kind of classy though, so it's like one of those that we would have to get a reservation if one person could.
Gross.
But they do lunch.
Yeah, maybe Saturday or something?
Maybe, well, we're going to put maybe Po' Boys on.
Oh yeah, you're right, you're right.
That's a drive though, I don't know how I do.
Yeah. I'm fine with just finding a Po' Boys somewhere around here.
It's a wedding.
Oh, it's a Day of the Dead themed wedding going on here in the park. Kind of feel like we're crashing in a bit. Yeah, it is. I mean, if you're gonna do a Halloween wedding, do it here in New Orleans, shit. It's the bride bed.
Don Nunez. Good Friday, he's praying in his house. Beautiful, believe it or not, it's beautiful here on Good Friday. Windows open, because you know you got to get the breeze from the river. Curtains are blowing. He's in his chapel praying. Lots of candles lit. And that's the he had. The curtains went up, house went up. It's Good Friday. He runs down to the river, church, banging on the doors, ring the bell. Crazy, crazy. We're talking about this new building right over here to your left. There's a flag. Well, no, actually, that flag's on the balcony. You see where it says the Pharmacy Museum? You see that sign?
We should go to that tomorrow.
See the building right there? That's the building we're talking about. It's the Pharmacy Museum. It's dedicated. Anything you don't want to know. I don't want to bring anybody to film with us. I know, that's why I
We'll find a second exactly the same way, or just one after another.
This is slow. Just he's just way too lazy. He no longer wants to walk into town and visit with his mistress. He wants his mistress here. Well, it's very charming. Gets Mary, talks Mary into hiring his mistress as a servant. There's a couple of listings. There's Carolyn, there's her lover. The one I'm going to talk to you tonight about is Charlotte. Charlotte was an actor in town. She was very good. She was her craft. Again, very good. One of the things,
It's touchdown Jesus.
I'm not.
I am too. Oh my god.
Did you tell most of your stories already? I told them.
Is this your Ghostbusters? Looks like something like this.
It does. Something's gonna pop out of the wall.
What's his name? Slime? Slimer?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It almost as if it was folded taffeta. So
Oh, I hate working with taffeta. The worst material.
So they do all kinds of crazy events up here. Today, this is a high-end events room. A couple of weeks ago in this room, they had the New Orleans Hex Witchcraft Convention in this room. So 350 witches from all over the country converged onto this ballroom, and they had themselves a little witchcraft convention. And it was a lot of fun, I'll tell you. They do all kinds of fun, crazy things in this room. Good idea. We take one of those from you. No, if I get down there, you'll have to come get. That's a good idea. It'll start going up and down. Sometimes we have it. Yeah. I'll show it to you. Oh, yeah. It's right on this wall. Yeah, they say come down the balcony, come right under the chandeliers, spin around and she'll dissipate. She's a Creole woman. Nobody actually knows who she is. They just aptly name her Giselle.
Let's not do that.
We're not supposed to, technically. It is really beautiful, though. I'll spend some time out there.
Feels a little, got like a little chill here.
Do you feel anything?
It
It
feels
is
a little chill.
slightly, just slight.
Do you feel that?
Right in here?
What I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah, like here,
Like right here, it's a little colder.
like maybe a degree. It's
Yeah.
not anything crazy,
No.
and that could just be the windows. To be fair.
She's got some action
No, it's probably, he said it works, right?
I mean,
Yeah, it was popping over here a little bit.
Yeah.
It's quiet for you tonight. It's almost unusually quiet.
just if maybe it's might be me. If someone wants to take
Somebody
it.
else wants to take the vibe?
Are you, have you ever been susceptible to those kinds of experiences?
I don't think so particularly.
I've seen ghosts.
Have you? See people, some people are, some people aren't. I've never really been super
Oh,
susceptible.
you're good.
Take a picture.
Okay. Somebody's phone, okay. What the fuck?
There you go. Let's go back. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm only slightly creeped out. Yeah, it's going.
Oh, it's going.
And it's, I don't know if my hand's just cold or, okay, it stopped.
Well, no, it's an EMF.
No, I meant like temperature wise. No, I'm, like my hand is cold, but I don't know if it's just because it's cold or, no, you're good, you're good.
Flash scare.
Or it's a man.
Well, it says the neighbor Giselle.
Yeah, but it could be more than one. There are a lot of drunks up here.
It was.
Yeah, it was going,
It's picking up
see?
something over here.
Yeah, it's going.
Why are they on their phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like right across the table from me.
I don't want to do the thing that they do in those ghost hunter shows.
I know, I was thinking that too. It's like, who's here?
If there's anyone
How are you?
Right.
I'm not. I'm terrified to watch this back.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, we know you're here today. We are not here to harm you. We just are interested. What's your name? If you videotape, you might be able to hear their name.
Yeah. Are
Hello there.
you?
We're just coming to say hi.
There's a whole table over here. Okay.
We come in peace.
Were you here for the balls or are you a nun? The balls, okay. Were you
Are you
drunk?
coming to show yourself? Present yourself?
Or not? Were you just here to have fun? Same.
Happy Halloween.
Like, every day's Halloween.
You know, the veil between the living and the dead being lighter.
Did you gamble or were you here to flirt? Just have fun?
Anything, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's coming up.
Right across.
Move a table. We'd like you to move a table.
Are you shy now? More people are coming over here.
Move a table. We want to see you move a table. Can you move a table?
No, we're getting some readings over here now.
Yeah.
Move a table.
More people come over here
I
though.
don't worry about this.
More that come. Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Move a table.
We got drinks. Because there would be tables set out at like a ball or something.
Yeah, like the more the room is set up, the more stuff it seems like would be.
Mm-hmm.
Move the table. Move the curtain.
Show us that you're here.
I love that jacket.
You annoyed by those videos too? Are you annoyed by us?
Are you happy that you have visitors?
No, okay. Are we interrupting your night?
What can we do to make your night better?
We got some booze.
Do you want coffee?
Both?
A cigar. He wants a cigar.
I don't know any French.
Comment ça va?
Yeah, there you go. You speak French?
A little bit.
Yeah, that's about my extent.
Technically, any ghosts from this era are going to be French speakers because that's what the language was at that time.
Comment ça va? Comment vous appelez?
I don't remember any of my French.
She's like, come back with something. Oh, he or she.
Move the curtain in the corner. How do you say that in French?
Move the curtain.
Hey, somebody else want to hold this?
I think you're getting a good vibe right now.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
She's like, I'm ready to give this up. Vibes.
Yeah. Like my hand feels kind of like it's being
I'm curious to
touched.
see your camera tomorrow night.
I'm scared to watch it back, honestly.
As soon as it turns red, all of us are going to run.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it.
It did go right.
It went that dark orange. It hadn't quite gone all the way.
Closer if you'd like.
She's getting
To her.
It's getting comfortable with us. I thought.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Oh, they don't like that.
Oh,
No.
Oh,
no.
no.
we're about to leave.
They're having. They want us in
I
here.
apologize.
Come on,
Do you want us
Joe.
to
We
stay?
have to go. It's dinner time.
Wait, let me see. Should I take it over there? Let
Okay.
me take it over here.
Never seen that happen before.
Okay, yeah, there is a cold spot there.
Yeah?
Yeah. It felt like this the whole time, but cold.
Come on, babe. Get something
Yeah.
in there.
I'm not normally like about that, but there's no vent there for it to be the air conditioning.
Yeah, I made
All right,
sure
guys,
to
if you're
take
with
pictures
me,
to make sure. Got that Fred fashion sense here.
Oh yeah, 100%. So we just finished a ghost tour. I'm not editing any of that out either.
Nice. Good.
Alright, so we just finished a ghost tour that we were able to get booze on, which is fun. And like, so I believe in ghosts, more or less. I've had some experiences, but like for real, everything I just recorded creeped me out. Like, it felt like somebody was gently holding my hand, like if somebody's trying to flirt with you or something, or just even being just friendly, or not condolence, yeah, like that word, but in verb form, an action verb. We've drank quite a lot of booze already. But now we're going to go find food. But it's a really good tour. It's called Ghosts and Spirits. I definitely recommend it. Yeah. It's kind of cold. I'm stopping.
No, we're where we need to go. We need to go that way.
Which way?
That way, past the church.
Oh, we went behind it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's your gay archives.
You're good.
I'll let you film first. We've been a long day.
Oh, I'm sure. We got the same thing, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's perfectly crispy on top.
First serving of actual vegetables.
Tell the world I love you. Don't forget your promise to me. I have bought you a car and house and everything on party. You are my inspiration. Days are never full. All that's said and done, there is really only one party. It's you. You're cheating on your baby. Don't forget that baby. Your baby may be cheating on you. You're around somebody. Don't forget somebody. Maybe fooling around your baby too. Oh, when you're stepping out, having lots of fun. Don't forget to play the game as well as one. Don't forget that name. Your baby.
You want to look it up while we're standing here?
It's true. Your baby may be cheating on you. Come on, Mary.
Great park to it. But I mean, Western swinging.
Cheating on your baby. Don't forget that name. Your baby may be cheating on you.
One street over.
When you're fooling around
Okay.
somebody, don't forget somebody. Maybe fooling around with baby too. Oh, when you're stepping out, having lots of fun.
You're good.
And then like 2 minutes later, I was in tears.
Huh?
Huh?
What did you say?
I'm a smart ass. I was like, you can see it from here.
Oh, wow. Bitch. It was a giant barge.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't like a boat. It was one of the big barges. And I remember seeing it. I was here like a year ago.
They got penguins?
What?
They got penguins apparently. According to that banner. But so does the Atlanta one. Oh, look at that little bird. Are they not done with it? Or are they fixing it? It's a star. I don't know if you can see it from here. Hey, kinda.
You want to go to the aquarium? What?
Huh?
That's it.
Oh, I thought you did. Look at the details on the shoes. Ooh, something smells good. That steamboat looks so tiny, comparatively.
The barge.
Yeah. God, why am I so shaky? My hand is so shaky. Did you have the whipped cream by itself? It's like cream cheese. It's like cheesecake itself. The band is moving. Oh wow. That's amazing. Coffee puts out fires, I didn't know. It's so
Your mission starts to get better. My prescription goes way back to time. I don't believe
Thank you so much. Definitely. It's fantastic. Gas and electric. That's neat. That's really neat. Thank God for auto stabilizing on cameras. It was fun.
There's still a lot of
Do you really want to spend money on that though?
No.
Okay then. I don't want to spend money on it. Okay, so we had the best dinner here. What was the Jazz Bistro of what place? Where did we have dinner? Started with an A.
Arnaud.
Yeah, Arnaud's? Arnaud's. It's on the corner of Bourbon and it's not
I
Beaver.
don't remember the other street.
Somethingville.
Bienville.
Bienville. And then we were just walking around and kind of stumbled into a bar that had some jazz going. We stayed there for at least a good hour.
Yeah, it was a good hour.
It was really nice. So definitely like something you need to do while you're here. If you hear music,
Just stumble to it.
yeah. Oh, people. If you hear music, find where it's coming from and go into that bar. You're gonna have a good time for sure. You're gonna hear great music regardless. And now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little drunk. So we're gonna get coffee and beignets because the bartender challenged me and he lost. So I got a drink on the house. And I really didn't need that drink. So we're finally going to Cafe Du Monde. We haven't been to it yet, but this specific location is open 24 hours.
This is the original.
Yeah, the original one we're going to. And get some beignets and coffee at nearly 10 p.m. because why wouldn't you? And there's not like a crazy line. Like it's right over there. I don't know if you can see it. This morning, well, 11:30 noon, there was a pretty decent line, but the line is just for to go. If you're not getting to go, just go in and have a seat. So I know you see that on like a lot of travel shows where they're like, you gotta stand in this long line. You don't, unless you're getting it to go to eat it by the river or something, or in the square. So, yeah. So we got our beignets. As you can tell, it's very lively at 10:40 at night. Still, it's very loud. Here are the beignets. They're huge, and we got some to go. And we got cafe au lait, which is coffee with milk. And yeah, let's see how these are. I've had beignets in like Savannah, but I don't think they're gonna be the same. Oh, they're warm. Look at the steam coming out. Definitely a good way to sober up, for sure. There's powdered sugar everywhere. It's wonderful. So I turned the camera around, but I don't have those faculties right now. We just finished at Cafe Du Monde. It took like maybe 10 minutes because we just stuffed our face and left. It was amazing. Coffee was good. Coffee with milk in it, which I don't normally do, but it's what you do when you go to Cafe Du Monde. The floor was covered in, as are we, covered in powdered sugar.
As it should be.
As you should be. And now we're gonna call it a night because we're exhausted. I'm sobering up and I can feel my toes and they hurt. Yeah, it was really good. We even got some to go. Just cause necessity. So I'm gonna go back to the room, drink some water and some Pedialyte because my kidney's not happy. My liver's not happy.
But you're happy.
I am very happy.
I'm pulling with the long legs, but...
All right.
Jabby, all right? Jabby?
So this we're headed out today, but we stopped at a Poor Boy's place in Midtown. We were told by a local that it's the best in the city. So the line is inside and it wraps up the stairs there, comes out here and onto the sidewalk. So I'm guessing it's pretty good. Our food's about to be here. They're pretty quick, like they're really good in and out. There's a bar and there's indoor seating, but they also have outdoor seating because they know how popular it is. But when we got here, we were able to stand inside the whole time. So yeah. I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty damn good sandwich. So I got the roast beef, po' boy, and I got the large, and I got a root beer with it, and sweet potato fries. Sweet potato fries are good. They're sweet potato fries, so let's see. all dressed, so that's like lettuce, tomatoes, and stuff like that. And all over my face. That's pretty good. Okay, so I'm finally filming a conclusion for my New Orleans trip. Really good look for me right here. I just kind of started unpacking today, so my room is a mess, more so than it already was. I got back Sunday, but I had to go straight to work, and I worked the last however many days since I've been back, so I haven't had a chance to do the conclusion. But it was a great time. I thoroughly enjoy myself. I have a tendency to fall in love with every city I go to, every new place I visit. But I get one of my coworkers before the trip, when I told her I was going, she's like, I haven't been the same since New Orleans. You're gonna love it. And I get what she means completely, because like the South doesn't have the best reputation. None of the southern states really do. You know, our politics are in the morally gray area at the best of times, depending on which side of you view or whatever. So when you go to a southern state, you might be a little wary. How is that going to come through in the day-to-day and whatnot? But and you see this in quite a few southern cities. You see, like, Atlanta's very much more open and friendly, and I guess diverse is the word I'm looking for, maybe. They don't mirror the state. Birmingham's like that, and New Orleans is definitely like that, more so even. You have like the southern hospitality and that thing, which there is some truth in that phrase, more or less. But it's different in New Orleans though. Like, they have that plus some. It's hard to explain. It is definitely one of those places you need to go and visit. It's like, I can't even describe to you how amazing the food was. We didn't have anything bad. Oh, and I didn't finish off the po' boy. The po' boy was fantastic. Probably should have gotten the half, but I was full. We got that at 10:30, 11 that morning, and we got there kind of early. Like, we were able to stand inside the building for the line. The line wrapped back around to the parking lot, which was like, you have on the corner, it was all situated in this block area, this one block area. On this end, way over here, over here, yeah, is the I'm really hoping battery doesn't die while I'm doing this. Is the restaurant. Then you have an outdoor eating area. It's pretty decent size. Communal, just fold out tables. They had space heaters out there because it was surprisingly cold. Like, a tropical storm came through the day before, and partially of the first day there, and it cooled it off immensely. Because originally, like, the lows were going to be in the 50s and 60s. The lows were in the 40s, and wasn't packed the best. I brought a leather jacket, thankfully, and a couple other, like, cardigans and stuff, and closed-toed shoes, so at least I was okay. But it cooled it off immensely, so it was kind of chilly, so they had space heaters out. But the po' boy, I got the roast beef and the gravy. It's their signature one. I did enjoy it, but I got the large sandwich and it was too much. It's just too much of it. It was too much meat for me. I don't eat a lot of red meat to begin with. I don't eat a lot of meat in general. So my friend got the fried shrimp and roast beef. That's what I should have gotten, because it added a crunch and break up the flavor and stuff, so it wasn't a lot of one thing. But they had sweet potato fries and they were really, really good. But yeah, I was full from like 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Even later than that. Yeah, so it was really, really good. And my battery died last night, so I don't remember what I was talking about. More or less, well, vaguely. But basically, to sum up New Orleans, it was box fell on me at work. Or it was the latter. I don't know. It was work. It's a work bruise. Nobody's hitting me, I promise. Yeah, so it is a hard to describe place, so I will try to put it the best way I can. If that makes sense. It is it's an oasis, essentially, in a southern state that isn't known for being, outside of New Orleans, isn't known for being inclusive and welcoming and stuff like that. I mean, people individually, yes, but the state as a whole, like legislature, politically, put it that way. But like in New Orleans, and like we only got to explore the French Quarter. We had 3 days, like 3.5 days there. But there's just so much to do just in the French Quarter, and that's only like 5 streets or so. There's just so much to do there that we didn't really get to explore outside of that. But in the, except for the Po' Boy place that we went to. That was in Midtown. But, yeah, it's just very warm and welcoming. Everybody, there were only 2 rude people we came across, and they were bartenders, and probably at the end of their shift, annoyed as hell at the drunks coming in and bothering them. One was just drunk themselves, so I don't know. There's definitely a sarcastic, even dry sense of humor that a lot of the New Orleansans have. I don't know what they call themselves. But yeah, like everyone we talked to was incredibly friendly and nice and warm and welcoming, and on all of the businesses, I'd say, yeah, pretty much 99% of the business, if not 100% of the businesses, at least in the French Quarter, had a fleur de lis on, and it had like the rainbow pride flag, and it said everyone welcome or something like that. I got some footage of it, and that was like on every window. And when, like I've said in past videos, I can pass as a cisgendered white woman and not have to worry about those things, but not everyone has that privilege. So it's really reassuring to see things like that. And I saw gay pride flags everywhere. There's even pride skeletons outside of the French Quarter. This was like right as you come into the city by a Starbucks. On balconies, and being Halloween, you know, it was decorated for Halloween, and that was a lot of fun. And then Halloween costumes were amazing, and everyone just felt so comfortable with themselves, and not even like in a drunk party sense, like in the everyday, like they're just wearing their costumes at like 10 a.m. Sober and non-sober. I mean, I drank the whole weekend, but you know, my liver thanks me for that. But yeah, it's just, everyone felt so comfortable. It didn't feel like anyone was trying to put it up any walls or facade or anything. And then like the music, oh my god, there's this one performer in Jackson Square that I just fell in love with their music. I got quite a bit of footage of it. I'll link all the bands, if I remember all the names that I did get. I'll link all the restaurants down below. And the tours we went on. The tours we went on were Grey Line. Oh, the tour, we only went on one. And that was the Ghost Tour, and yeah, I'll link all that information below. So, like I said, it was just, it's hard to describe. It's just, every time we went somewhere, everywhere, even walking down the street, it's like, especially when it came the weekend, because, you know, it is a touristy spot, so there is that aspect of it, but it's not overbearingly touristy. You still get the feeling of New Orleans. Like, I showed a video of one of the jazz bands that we had come back, we were walking back from dinner and just kind of exploring the quarter a little bit, and we heard jazz music coming from somewhere, and we were like, where's that coming from? 'Cause it sounded amazing. And we walked to it, and we just kind of stumbled into this restaurant that had a bar, and they were playing at the bar, and the patio doors were open. It was a really cool night, and we just sat there in about 2 hours and listened to the band play, and it was really neat. It was very since it was small, it was a very intimate venue feeling, and it was just a lot of fun, and it was just a nice way to end the night. Listening to great music, and like it's a different time. When you think jazz, you might think, well, I think of kind of more big band music or stuff like that. But if you've seen Princess and the Frog, and this is what I was getting to, you guys know how I can ramble. It sounded like Princess and the Frog. I showed my coworker a video of that, and she's like, "It's like Princess and the Frog," and like that 1920s kind of vibe. There was like a real 1920s kind of vibe to it, just very free and doing your own thing, kind of vibe to it. But yet the violinist in Jackson Square, I fell in love to his music. I've been listening to it. I found him on Spotify. I bought 2 of his CDs off of him, and I've been listening to it nonstop since I got back. It's just so good. His significant other is on the CD as well. I think that's what they are. That's what I gathered from the music and the CD cover and stuff like that. I don't know for sure. But it's beautiful. It's really moving, but it's just it's no words. You'll just go listen to it. They'll be at the top of the link because I utterly fell in love with them. So yeah, see, and then like I said, we didn't have a subpar meal at all. Everything was amazingly delicious and flavorful, and I'm really not a drinker, but every drink I had tasted really good, so I kind of just kept drinking, which is bad. I mean, my limit's 3 drinks, and I didn't exceed that. When I was like, I'm at my limit, I can't anymore, I stopped. Know your limits, guys. It's very important. And that's how we weren't hungover. I don't know. Maybe it's the food, all the food we ate just soaked it all up. Because I definitely gained like 5 pounds in New Orleans. Worth it. I 100% do it again. I definitely want to go back and check out outside of the quarter. I want to see more of New Orleans proper. There's a ton of museums I want to go to that we were going to go to, and we just ran out of time. The Riverwalk is beautiful because, you know, the Mississippi is big, and I've seen the Mississippi before, but not this up close. It is huge. Like, it's massive. Like, fucking freights can go through it. It's so big. It's huge. And like, huge doesn't cover how massive this river is. It is, you are also at the delta, so that's like the biggest part because it goes out into the ocean, but still, it's big. It's a big river. And yeah, I lost my train of thought. But the music is just, it was literally on street corners on Friday. Just on street corners, bands were playing, and and the cars would just have to go around them like, whatever, it's New Orleans, we're used to it. It was beautiful. Everyone could play so well. It's like, like cooking, you're not going to get bad food. You're not going to hear crap music. Everyone's so talented that we heard playing. Yeah, I just utterly fell in love with it. And I do that with every city. Like, every time I go to New York, I've been to New York, I think 4 times now. Still fall in love with it every time. I mean, even parts of Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta all the time, and I'm just like, you know what? This city's pretty decent. Savannah, same thing. I've been there a million times. Still fall in love with it. I mean, I haven't explored much of Orlando. I mean, outside of Disney World, so there's that. But even like Jackson, Mississippi, that I went to back in February, had its perks. It had a lot of good things about it. Its roads are terrible. Mississippi, like, fix your roads. But like, we had great food there. We met really great people, and you know, I always find something. I normally end up finding something I fall in love with, and New Orleans was no exception whatsoever. Just everything about it is magical. It feels like you're entering a whole different realm of existence. It's just so different and so unique, and just amazing, and it's a beautiful city too, especially in the French Quarter area, because you have all that old architecture. But that architecture is kind of spread throughout, and because we drove, so we drove through some of it, and even like the newer houses, very clearly newly built, like in the last 5 years or so, but they modeled it after that older architecture, the French and Spanish architecture, so you still have that theme throughout the whole city, and which is really clever, which is really neat. And like our tour guide said, that their culture is so important to them, that they're not going to let anybody take it away. Even our tour guide was saying, even after Katrina, when it was a ghost town, and the government wanted to, or not even government, some local buyer wanted to get rid of some old theater, they're like, no, we're not letting that happen. You're from here, you know better than this, was kind of their thought process. So they came to an agreement where they would get a good new restaurant, but they'd also still keep this theater. So their culture is very important to them. They hold on to it very tightly, and it's not your typical Southern culture where you think, you know, Confederate and all that bullshit. If you can't tell what my stance is on that, the whole Southern pride thing. But it's different. There's this New Orleans pride. It's particularly New Orleans. It doesn't have anything to do with politics, really. It's just about their livelihood. Not even their livelihood. This is just like how they live day to day, like the food, what the buildings mean to them. And, you know, like that's their history. That's why they are the way they are. Because they weren't colonized the way the rest of America was. Their history is much different from the rest of the East Coast. And even to the West Coast. Because essentially West Coast is East Coast Americans that been here for like, at that point, maybe 50 to 100 years. Maybe 200 years, depending on when your family got here. And then we're like, well, I'm tired of this. Let's go that way. So they just took what they had already established over here and brought it over there. And then it got mixed up with like more Mexican and Hispanic heritage and more Asian cultures. And you got a much deeper mix that the East didn't get until the mid to late 1800s. So, but main parts are fairly similar, and then you have New Orleans down here that's like, whoa, you got the French coming in, just hanging out, and the Spanish are like, okay, well, we're gonna give this some structure, basically. And so it's just a really interesting mold of its own thing. But yeah, definitely, it is an expensive city to visit. Definitely bring money. Our cheapest meal was $50, which is a lot of money, and that was the po' boy place. We had 2 large sandwiches and 2 root beers and 1 order of sweet potato fries. It was $45 plus, I think that was with tip. I think we tip at least 20%. But so that's really expensive for 2 sandwiches. They were worth it. They were delicious, but like I said earlier, half sandwich. Unless you're starving and you know that's going to be the only meal you're going to eat that day, go ahead and get the large. Because my intention was to save half of it, but I kept eating. But yeah, bring money, so save up, plan for it. I enjoyed staying in the quarter. I liked being able to walk everywhere. We didn't drive until we left. And they have Uber and Lyft, which we were going to do to go see other things, but we didn't get to it. Definitely check out a cemetery. There are cemetery tours. Again, another thing we were going to do, and we didn't. We did drive past a couple, and it was just neat to look at, because all of the graves are pretty much above ground. And that is, like, you hear about it, you've seen it on travel shows and stuff like that, but it's different seeing it in real life. So, yeah, it's definitely a place that you have to check out for yourself, because it's hard to describe. I could use a ton of different words, but it wouldn't really give you that feeling. Like, it's definitely something you have to feel for yourself. It's hard to write down in words or put in words. And like I can say, it's a magical, fun, carefree, laissez-faire, filled with music and good food and beautiful smells. It's like you would smell things cooking from houses, from residential, and you're like, everybody in this city knows how to cook. I think it's like you're born if you're born there, you have to learn how to cook. Like, it's just in your blood, like, you know, coming out of the womb. And if you move there, you have to learn instantly. But like, you just smell these smells coming out of residential houses. There weren't even restaurants, wouldn't be restaurants around there, and it just smells so amazing. But that's just surface level. It doesn't really describe how it really is there. But yeah, I just rambled on for 15 minutes trying to sum this up. So I will leave it at that. I know I trailed off on some bunny trail and forgot what I was talking about, but yeah, it was amazing. Definitely check it out. Definitely save up for it. It is a lot of money, and definitely explore. You gotta just walk around and you hear the music, find the music, go to it, and just enjoy it. And any shops, like, I just walked down and, like, I found a Halloween shop. It's technically an adult store, but that stuff was like hidden in the back, and the rest of it was Halloween. So it was mostly Halloween stuff, and that's what drew my attention. And they're like, "Oh, can we see your ID?" It's the only place that ID'd me too, which was hilarious to me. But yeah, and you just find little treats and goodies like that, and you know, Bourbon Street is, check it out, and then check it out for once. I mean, there's some good restaurants, and if you want to get shit-faced, place to do it. Everything will be more expensive on that street. It is loud. There's a lot of people. They block it off at night because there are so many people. But it's one of those things, like, you seen it, you go, you see it, and you're like, okay, that's done. Mark that off my list. Don't have to go back. But everything else, just wander. Be safe, obviously. Be smart about where you're going. It's a grid system, so you're not going to get too lost, but if there's no lights down that alleyway, probably don't go down that. You might be alright, but who knows. I mean, I felt pretty safe, but I wasn't by myself. But yeah, so go, if you're able to go, 100% go. It's gonna be the time of your life. You're gonna love it. Eat everything. I don't like mushrooms, and I got this crab mushroom pastry thing. It's a little that pastry dish that looks like a crab that I got some footage of. That had mushrooms in it, but it was so well done, and you couldn't taste the mushrooms. You couldn't even the texture wasn't even there. That's one thing I don't like. I just don't like the texture of mushrooms. I don't like the taste of them. Didn't even notice them. It was so well done. So just eat until you can't eat anymore. If you do drink responsibly, but try everything. Try the signature drinks. Like, you're not going to be disappointed at all. So, yeah. Definitely go check out New Orleans. It's fantastic, and hopefully you like this video. I won't be traveling again for probably till late February, early spring. So, yeah, because it's holidays. The holidays are here. And they're much scarier than the White Walkers, I promise you. Because Black Friday's in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. So there won't be any travel vlogs until later on, and I didn't have this channel the last time I went to New York. But I'm planning on going to New York in the spring, so. And we're gonna do touristy stuff this time, because I never do the touristy stuff when I'm up there. So I'm just visiting friends, so that'll be a fun video. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye.